It's time. Have you felt it? It's time for the spoilers.
The Force is strong.
Okay, so they're...
Do it.
No, the
So
Emperor does
dumb.
not get resurrected.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so okay, there's I think 3 major spoilers in my opinion that are just the biggest. I mean, there's tons of small things, of course, but there's 3 major spoilers.
Kylo Ren is the son of Han Solo, and
Boom, and he's
Leia.
called Ben.
yeah, he's called Ben after Ben Kenobi.
Apparently, yeah, I guess so.
That's what I think. There's
yeah,
nobody
I-
else
It's called Ben,
Yeah.
and it's such a specific name.
Yeah.
Like, they could have just as well called him Jake.
Jake. Okay, yeah. So there's Ben. It's Ben.
Ben Ren.
Ben Ren.
Ben Ren Kylo Ren.
It's Ben Solo.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, right?
Guess he's been solo all his life.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so there's that.
Maybe that's why he became a Sith.
Yeah, and another one is that Captain Phasma is completely fucking useless character. It's not
Poe?
really no Captain Phasma, the shiny metallic one.
Oh yeah, that was such a letdown.
Yeah.
Like, she was really hyped. Like, oh yeah, she's this awesome female commander.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some kind of Boba Fett type character.
Yeah, well,
badass.
she kind of is. Like, she just shows up and does nothing.
Yeah, she's really. We're gonna talk about it more.
She is a Boba Fett character,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, and after
She's
that,
gonna sell merchandise, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But she did literally nothing. And instead of falling into a pit, she fell into a garbage press. And
Well, we're gonna talk about that more,
And then
and
he died.
because first we're gonna name the third big spoiler. We know
Han Solo died
he dies which
by the
I-
hands of his son,
own son. Oh, okay, yeah, from his own son. I think
stabbed by
so-
the lightsaber
so yeah.
into his chest.
Let's just go through it like chronologically. So what people think about Finn? He is a stormtrooper that
He defected.
he defected. That's obvious. I think from the trailers. But if you were wondering that, yes, that is what happens. He apparently got taken from his family. I guess he got abducted
Yeah, well,
or something.
that's what
or-
the New Order did. You don't. It might be that the Empire itself already did that, but at least the New Order, they take children when they're extremely young, like barely born, from their parents, and then raise them as soldiers.
Yeah.
So they have no attachment to whatever, to anything.
Yeah, what they were hinting at, I don't know.
And they like
It was
brainwash
never-
them as
Yeah.
well, because they said,
Like, what do you say? Like conditioned or something? Or
yeah, they're just trained. But
Yeah.
also, what was the commander? That woman.
the Phasma, Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma also said that he was about to be sent to recalibration or something. Like, basically they would brainwash him again, so he wouldn't be like, oh shit, killing people is wrong. But would just go ahead like, yay, killing is fun.
Yeah, so he sees all the stormtroopers like pretty much murdering innocent people, and he's like, "Oh, can't do this."
Yeah, it's like
because his friend. Oh, that was like, I think it was a great moment. Like a friend of his.
Yeah,
or,
like the bloods of.
Yeah, he was like
on-
dying, and he didn't say. You never saw his face or anything, but it was like blood all across his helmet, and
It was
That
really
was a good
awesome.
moment.
Also, about that scene, what I thought was really cool was that, like, Poe, the
X-wing pilot.
the best X-wing pilot of the Resistance, like, at the start there, when they came there, Poe shot his blaster at Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah,
And he did the fucking Neo move. He saw the blaster fly, which is of course faster than a bullet, and he stopped the laser beam
I was fucking
in
that was
air,
awesome.
and it was
yeah.
really like phasing and struggling, trying to still push through while the Force was keeping it in its
Yeah.
place. I honestly thought there Poe would die, like that
You would,
Kylo.
like, put his back
no,
or something,
no, that Kylo, because the stormtroopers grabbed Poe and then brought him to Kylo, and I really thought that Kylo would like put Poe in front of the laser beam so he would kill by his own gunshot.
That would be
That would be
fucking
so.
amazing. That would be amazing, but that
Yeah,
doesn't
that would
happen.
really show how fucking ruthless and badass Kylo would be. But he
Yeah.
didn't. He wanted him for questioning.
Yeah. So, we're not going to spoil like every single thing that
Yeah,
happened.
no.
but
I also
the
want to
major
talk a bit
stuff.
about Kylo, which I thought was awesome.
He is pretty badass.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah.
Of course, he's the son of Han Solo and Leia, so there's like some family ties. But that means that he's the grandson of Vader.
Yeah, they
And he
hint that
really
a little bit.
idolizes him because, like, he doesn't see Vader as that he became good at the end. He just thinks of him. It might have been part brainwashed by the huge guy in the giant seat that made that.
The Supreme
that's
Leader
also,
Snoke.
yeah, that's also a Sith Lord. For some reason, he idolizes his grandfather for being like the amazing Sith that he was, for like the prophesized amazing strong guy, and he wants to be like him. That's also why the reason why he wears the the Vader-like mask with the voice changer.
He's not scarred or anything. He
He just wants.
Because it's cool.
Yeah, he's a poser. He wants to be like that. Like,
I do think like he looks cooler when he has the hood on, because when that's off, he has a little like. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
mind. The only
his
thing that
head's
makes it
little
weird
balls,
is
like,
I think
you know.
is like the neck coat that brings it up. Like, it really pushes up a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you get.
Yeah.
But other than that, I still think he looks very cool even without the helmet.
Yeah.
Um,
And his lightsabers.
but one thing that I really like is like he's like 26 or something. That's what I think he is.
Yeah, I think he's about the same age as like the other main characters.
No. I really think the other main characters are way younger. Like, I think the other ones are like 18, maybe 21 or something, and he's like 28 or 29.
You think so?
Yeah, I do, because
Oh, yeah, because he was born like right after the first movie ended. Or
because
a
he
few
was
years.
already being trained by Luke, and he like Luke was training an army of like this is what happened. Well, not an army. He was just training new Jedis, like loads of them. I think they were called the Knights of Ren.
No, they were just training the new Jedi.
Yeah, but they were new Jedis.
Kylo Ren, for some reason,
he defected and killed them all.
Yeah,
and
with the Knights of Ren. Those are like his
he had the reason he's Kylo Ren is because he is the best knight of the Knights of Ren. That's for some reason.
That was a disappointing thing in my opinion that you don't see those. You see him in like a flashback for a second. Like,
I think that's also just foreshadowing for the next movie.
I think
you know?
it is. Yeah, because what you see in the trailer, you see this brief shot of him like standing in the rain with the knights. That's literally the only time you ever see them.
But
and
I think that is the reason they kept it out on purpose is because they just mention it for the next movies where there's going to be a war again between Sith and the Jedi. Because
well, I'm glad though that it's safe.
Yeah, but what I mean is like there are Knights of Ren. That means there are multiple Sith.
You didn't see them with lightsabers, so in the shot you see them with guns and like staff. So maybe there's
but they're knights. They just might as well be, you know, because I think what it sets it up for. Because if you just what I mean is there might as well just be multiple Sith. That the one leader, one apprentice, and one teacher. That might as well just be wrong, and the Sith were like, yeah, no, that's not even true. That's just a superstition. We have loads of them, like really.
Got a whole bunch right here in my coat.
Bunch of and that at the same time that Luke is going to train a lot of Jedi, and that's also what it seems to be leading up to. That Luke is going to teach people, at least Rey, and I hope the Finn. Because they both used the lightsaber.
Oh wait, so yeah, we totally forgot that. That's also a huge spoiler. Finn is not the Jedi.
No,
he's not. Doesn't even become one. No, Rey is now the one with the Force powers.
Yeah, Rey. She's
the Force sensitive one.
Yeah, she finds out that that the Force is strong within her, and she was basically left on the planet where she came from when she was very young. I think she might be the daughter of Luke.
Who knows?
Because it's really like the moment she gets drawn to the lightsaber in the tavern.
Luke's old lightsaber. Where did I get that one from again? It dropped down from like Cloud City in like the garbage, and they found it.
Yeah,
that's weird. But
anyway,
I thought that was a little cheap.
I didn't really mind.
Did they still have Luke's hand attached to it when they find it like dangling?
No,
like,
they both fell.
Ew.
They both fell. But I mean, like they both fell. You saw them fall. And there are scavengers everywhere in the Star Wars universe, you know? So it would have just probably been found, and she got it. She's like a good friend of at least Han Solo. I thought she was awesome, by the way. Her character...
that's the, what's it called? Maz Kanata?
Yeah, Maz. She was really cool. Like the glasses and the hat. I thought she was a really awesome character.
I hope she returns.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. You didn't see her get away, but you didn't see her die either. So
yeah,
because they like attack this place where she lives.
like maybe she's a Sith.
Oh, maybe she's like a new Yoda.
Nah.
But
Well, she did seem very wise. She was older than Yoda because Yoda lived for 900 years and trained people for 800, and she lived for more than 1,000 years. 1,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, back to the part when she got drawn to the lightsaber ray. She grabbed it, and then she had those weird flashbacks about Vader and stuff.
And a really cool done, like sort of dream sequence,
which totally wouldn't make sense if she wasn't related to him. You know?
Well, maybe she like it belonged to Luke, so maybe she got like visions of him.
Yeah, but that would just be weird.
Well, yeah.
Then it's like, oh, the soul's still in the lightsaber? Like, are you kidding me? It would make way more sense if it was because of herself being related to that.
Well, you know, we don't know that, and that's great, I think, that we don't know that yet, so we are going to find that out in the
Yeah, but
in
it
the
really seemed
movies.
like a hint, especially with her also being left on the planet when she was very young, because it makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, that Luke started training people, his closest and best Jedi apprentice became a Sith and betrayed him and killed everyone, and then he's like completely devastated, leaves everything because he's also knows that they're gonna come after him, so he goes into hiding. I think it's also part that he doesn't want to train anymore at that point because he knows that if he's gonna train them, they're gonna be killed anyway.
No, I think it's because he thinks they're gonna, when he trains someone, they're gonna turn evil again, and he doesn't want that. So.
Yeah, but also if they don't, they're gonna get killed.
Yeah, so basically,
and
like,
that's why he goes away, leaves her daughter the same way that he was left when Vader went evil, and Leia was left, just to keep them safe.
But we don't know if that's true or not. We'll find out. But anyway, so I think that's a good one. Yeah, what else? There's tons of little things to spoil, but we didn't talk about Captain Phasma yet. When she first walks out, like there's things on fire, and she walks like, it looks awesome. It's like, oh, this character's gonna be badass, you know?
Yeah.
It's like she does nothing. Like,
yeah, she just says a few lines, and then later she gets caught by Finn and Solo and Chewie,
and like
an
a
interrogator.
Bitch, she just gets like,
and they
deactivate the shield, and it's like,
yeah,
okay,
it's literally like deactivate the shield or we'll kill you, and then it's like, all right, fine, I'll do it, and then you won't get away with this, she says, and then like, oh, we got to dump her somewhere, and like you. And then they're thinking of stuff, and then Han Solo's like, "Oh yeah, you got a trash compactor," and it's like he's like, "Yeah,
yeah."
Like,
but you don't see her actually fall. You don't even see her fall in there. So maybe
I think they just threw her in there, and that's it. Like they didn't have to show it.
Yeah, well, I think she's gonna come back.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
I hope
she was hyped way too much, and they
Yeah.
want to sell more merchandise of her.
Because I think
she's a woman in armor that isn't shaped to her body. Of course, she's gonna come back.
But I expected something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of characters in the movie to begin with, so I didn't expect her to get a ton of like time.
Yeah.
But she at least do something, and she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest disappointment. Like, oh, really? It's like. That potential, but I think personally, I think they're gonna do that in the like 8 and 9. I hope so, at least. Like, otherwise it would just be a giant waste of just space, waste of an actress and just effort,
and just hours of designing a character like that with her own armor. You know.
Yeah. So
I thought the uniform designs were really cool, by the way.
Of what? Everybody? Like
of the bad guys, mostly.
Yeah.
Like they really
like that new
like
Stormtrooper design.
They weren't just like generic Nazi costumes like people usually do when they do space bad guys. You know, like look at Killzone. You know, like those guys from
they
space.
did really look like Nazis with their like uniforms.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
that's what I mean. But
I
I mean, these guys from this movie, it's clear that it's something like that, but it's still like their own thing. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of advancing from what they looked like from
yeah,
the Empire
a lot,
looked like.
yeah.
So, I mean,
I like that a lot.
So a lot of people are afraid. No, I don't know how many, but I think some people might be afraid. It's gonna be the movie is too much, like it repeats too much from the original trilogy. Like there's too many stuff that's gonna be just a rip off.
I don't think so.
Copy.
Like they're already
almost.
different characters.
I think it was almost a little too similar, but they did enough to make it different.
Like the starting setup is a bit of the same, but
well, the general thing is similar, But I just hope that in the next one it's going to be totally different and
But
not going to imitate something
What
else.
I like though is that they made the beginning and some of the themes a little bit similar to make it feel familiar for the people that watch the previous ones, but it's still like, because of the new generation of characters and just the stuff that happened, the intricacies, Han Solo dying and all that kind of stuff, it really...
We're going to talk about that later.
It really felt like something different, you know?
Yeah.
I think also the stuff, most importantly, the stuff they're hinting towards, like that's going to happen, I really think that's...
Yeah, there's not another guy with a cloak like the Emperor. It's the bad guy's totally totally.
Yeah, the bad guy is like
different.
some supposed giant space dude. Like, holy crap, he looks intimidating as fuck.
Yeah,
he's like some.
What was that? Andy Serkis? Gollum? I think it was.
I don't know. When I first saw him, I thought it was Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, but
Cumberbatch.
he's not in the movie. But Gollum.
Crumple pot.
But Gollum is in the movie, like the guy who played Gollum,
Oh.
and I think he's the Snoke. I mean,
Yeah.
probably people watching know better than
He looked
do.
like some giant space Nosferatu.
Yeah.
But then a Sith. It looked fucking badass and really awesome.
Yeah, so they're building up this guy. But
like,
I
either
mean,
he's gonna be some giant ass dude with a huge lightsaber, or
Holy
he's
shit.
or he's like just gonna be average size and just played himself
Yeah,
up
because
a lot,
what you
know?
see is this giant hologram of him that at first
yeah,
you
even
think
the
it's real.
even the foot of that guy was about as big as
Yeah,
as
as a
Kylo
person.
Ren.
Yeah, but the thing is, you see this huge hologram of this guy, and you're like, whoa, he's huge. But it turns out it's a hologram, so you're like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it was just in full color instead of the classic blue.
Yeah, and he like fades away, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty
they're
cool.
keeping in suspense. Like, how big is this guy? Is he like? I think it would be badass if he was like really small.
yeah, and then when
bigger.
in like a Sith mech or something, like a
Yeah.
giant robot that he just
Mech.
crawls in with a
Yeah.
lightsaber arm or something.
Okay, but there's another thing that makes it very similar to the older movies, which is the Death Star.
Death Planet, more like.
Yeah, they're one-upping it. Instead of it being a laser that needs to travel somewhere and shoot something, this time it's this laser that takes energy like...
it's not travel. It's like it
No,
still
but-
needs to travel somewhere.
No, it
but
was
what I
staying in
mean
the
is
same
like
place the whole
in the
time.
previous, like it was generated and then like.
I
and
know,
now-
in this movie you didn't see it travel anywhere. It just stayed in the same place the whole time. And
You did see the energy travel somewhere.
No, but the planet itself.
Of course it has to travel. You know.
No, I think the point was that this weapon that it could shoot anywhere.
Yeah, but
Uh,
you also got to look at it like this. Wait, first explain how the weapon works,
yeah, that's a good
because
one.
then I can explain why you're wrong.
Yeah, so it, okay. It basically takes the like energy from this nearby or a sun. No, I think it completely drains a sun.
Yes.
Yeah, and it like energy goes inside the planet and it's like this
Yeah, it
red
stores it
laser.
and then it shoots this giant laser
But
that
it- but-
splits
yeah.
into smaller.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot
lasers.
just one. They pretty much annihilate a bunch of planets.
like
just-
a star system, you know, like Earth. You have the sun, then like the 9 planets. Well, 8 planets and Pluto. It destroys everything because the laser splits into smaller ones, and each one destroys an entire.
yeah, so it's sort
laser.
of one-upping the Death Star. It's like, no, it isn't just...
But it's like the reason I think it moves is because if you look at us right now, we're the Earth. We revolve around the sun. The sun is big enough and has enough gravitational pull for the Earth to spin around it.
Oh, you're saying
the
it moves
planet-
to a new sun every time.
They have to pretty much.
Yeah, but I meant it doesn't travel to the planet it wants to destroy.
No,
And that's what made it more threatening.
talking
in my-
about this new Death Planet, how it destroyed the. That sounds like a Mad Max movie. Death Planet.
That's a cool name. There's probably something out there somewhere called that, but Death Planet.
About the Death Planet.
It's called the Starkiller Base.
Starkiller Base.
I think
That's
people
it.
already knew that, but
I forgot it honestly.
because yeah, it kills stars.
Yeah, but the Starkiller Base.
It's a good one.
One thing that I thought was kind of disappointing with how I said in the previous video, I said that the setup is like, oh yeah, the Empire wasn't defeated. They're still very much there. Like this is the second generation Empire, and they're still fighting. And they're very because at the end of 6 you thought, oh okay, they're defeated. The Republic is back up again, and in this movie, which is like 30 years later, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, 30 years later.
much real movie time.
Yeah, 30 years later, they pretty much said like, oh yeah, the Empire is still there. It's just weakened a little bit, but like
No, but there is a republic now. They
yeah.
said that.
What I mean is like it's a second regime. The new order it was called?
The First Order.
The First Order it was called. And then, okay, the Republic is there, but according to the movie, it was very small, and
they had no army.
Yeah, and the Resistance was pretty much there, and they wipe out the entire Republic with one shot of the the Star Killer base, and that's
a little weird.
Yeah, but that really just feels like the original trilogy was completely fucking useless.
Well, I know what they were trying to like make it small again, instead of making it a giant war between like the Republic and. It's trying to make it more like, oh, now it's like the Resistance against, something bigger again. That's, I think, what they were trying to do. And
it really feels like David versus the Goliath, but it just felt so weird that, like, all the progress that has been made in the original trilogy was wiped out with one shot.
Yeah, and when it does, when it happens, it's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
there's one scene where it's like, oh no,
it's really like you see like even the people on one of the planets like look at the laser beam how it flies towards their city.
That's
it's
really
cool. Dramatic, and you even see like some like Leia at one point like, oh,
yeah,
like
but
after that,
yeah, but after that's like, oh, whatever. So yeah. I hope in the next one they'll go.
Honestly, I felt a bit like Leia, like, ooh, right in the childhood. Such a meme.
Yeah, well, it did. I think they didn't destroy the Coruscant. It was a different. They gave it a different name. I think it was a different planet. I don't know which one.
What do you mean? The Republics were just on several planets, and they were all destroyed in one shot.
You saw this like city-like planet, but it wasn't Coruscant. They gave it a different name.
It was a different one. Yeah.
So I think the Coruscant still exists. I think it would be really bad if they destroyed that. In this movie.
Well, honestly, I'm not even sure if Coruscant is still inhabited or something.
We don't know.
Well, it might have been Coruscant with all the skyscrapers.
I remember they gave it a different name. I can't remember what it was, but they called it something different.
Because they didn't name the planets at all that they destroyed. It was just, the Republican planets.
Yeah. So yeah, as you might have guessed, they need to destroy this base, basically. And they, of course, find a weak spot.
Again, there's like this one huge thing that goes down into the middle of the planet that they need to go in and destroy.
Yeah,
this time it isn't photon bombs or just flying to the middle and destroying it. They did it a little different, but it came down to the same thing.
Yeah, and there isn't somewhat of a trench again. Not really, but something that's kind of like that. But they quickly get out of there.
What do you mean with the trench?
Well, they need to, there's a part where Poe Dameron needs to like fly down to this area. This one thing he needs to destroy, and that's like sort of a trench where he needs to fly through.
Oh yeah, well,
but they get out of it real fast.
Yeah, now I get what you mean. Yeah, I thought that was also a nice little nod. What they just like, you went into the trench, and then like, ooh, there's a split. It split open because of what Han Solo and Chewie did from the inside, and then he closes the X-wing wings to just go through it, and then he flies inside, destroys a bunch of things, and then flies out of it again. Like it really showed like
it was sort of a mix between New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and I liked that it really showed how good of a pilot that guy is.
Yeah, but I do think I hope this is the last time they make a plan. Or if they do another one, make it like something that destroys galaxies or destroys...
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Nosferatu dude, I forgot his name.
Snoke.
If Snoke was...
Snoke sounds like a...
If Snooky was actually that big...
Snooky.
That he himself would just like point his finger at a planet and destroy it. And that would be badass.
I don't know, but that would make it too much Marvel-like, in my opinion, like guys. But we'll see. We don't know. But...
if they do it well, like the way they set him up with how badass he looks, then you really start to think how powerful he would be.
Yeah. Well, that's
like that he's some kind of ancient Sith power,
Ooh, that would be awesome. But, we don't know, and that's a great thing. We can what is he gonna be like? That's great.
We can speculate. That's the fun thing.
So the final thing is that Han Solo dies. Ripping pepperonis.
It was kind of predictable for me. Because
you said, but it's not predictable. Well, people have predicted it. Oh, he's gonna die, but
it was predictable and unpredictable at the same time. Because I expected that Kylo Ren would be the son of Leia and Han Solo, and
I thought it was gonna be son of like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I don't know.
People were always like, "Oh no, this character is the son of this one, and this character is the son of that one." So, but Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren kills his own father.
The way it happened, the moment they came to the scene, I immediately know this is where Han Solo dies.
Yeah,
because
I that's as well.
It was like over this giant pit of the thing we talked about, where it like goes way down into the center of the planet that needs to be blown up.
Yeah.
A
great shot. There was a great shot.
Yeah,
by the way,
it was very well
where
done.
Han Solo walked toward it. It was
The
awesome.
cinematography and the colors of everything was awesome, by the way. But
at that point, I also was like, okay, he's gonna die.
like there was a very narrow bridge over it that Kylo Ren started walking over for some reason. He just needed to be on the other side or something, I guess.
Cool.
But the railings, like very quickly, like almost immediately the bridge started, they stopped. Like they went down to the bottom of the bridge, and then there are just no railings, and you immediately know, okay, somebody's going to fall off of it.
Yeah.
And then Han Solo followed him, shouted at his son, like, Ben! And then you know that his name was Ben. Before that, they only hinted that his name isn't Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Or wasn't, at least. And then they walked to each other. Kylo Ren started crying a bit, that he's torn inside. And then...
At that point, you're like, oh, wait. Is he not gonna
and
kill
then
him?
And then Han Solo says, like, let me help you. And then he drops his helmet on the... Well, first Han Solo says that he needs to take off his helmet, and Kylo Ren says really cool, like, what do you expect to see? And then Han Solo's like, my son! And...
My son.
And then he does it, he drops his helmet even, then he starts the crying and stuff, and then he gives his lightsaber to Han Solo, and he grabs it, and then they like sort of both hold it for a moment, and they look into each other's eyes, and then Kylo turns it on, and it just penetrates Han Solo, and then Kylo looks a bit menacingly, and then he just drops into the abyss, and it's that.
I thought that was a really. I mean,
it was a nice twist, because at first you thought, like, okay, this is where Han Solo is gonna die, and you knew that what they hinted at before is that Kylo has trouble with being a Sith. Like, sometimes he doesn't feel like it's the right thing, and at this point you really think, oh, wow, that they did that this soon.
Yeah, I was...
And then like, they sort of double.
Yeah,
played with you.
It kind of fucks with your emotions.
Yeah,
like,
at first you think, okay, Han Solo's gonna die here, and then like, wait, no, he's
gonna
not.
die.
He's gonna be a good guy. And then like, oh, wow.
And then I thought, I mean, I think there's gonna be people that are gonna be pissed, like, no, you can't kill Han Solo. But what a lot of people,
I think it's kind of to be expected, honestly. Like, you can't pay for him for all the movies, and he's also gonna be in Blade Runner.
Well, what people don't
in Blade Runner.
Some people don't know is that I can't remember which movie, but I think after Empire, I think Harrison Ford wanted George Lucas to kill Han Solo. Or I think that was after the first one. I don't know.
Maybe it was after the Christmas special.
Well, then everybody wanted to die. Or I wanted to kill George Lucas for that. But Harrison Ford was like, no, his character's done. He needs to die. And honestly, I think it's great that they killed him here. Because okay, it is done. What more can you do with Han Solo?
He couldn't even add that much.
So we're gonna.
This is just fanboying, but it's like,
it's
wow.
fanboying, but
I loved it.
Don't get us wrong. I think I'm a little bit more of a bigger fanboy from Star Wars than you are.
Yeah,
but
I think actually because
I'm also very critical, and I thought it was worth it.
Yeah, I think the reason why I like this so much, I think I might like this one more than Star Wars 5 even. I think. That's
a bold thing to say.
I know. As of quality, I think of the 6, 5 is the best one, of all 6, like the original and the prequels. And I think this one I might cherish it more.
We have to see like how it holds up. We'll watch it again.
But what I mean is, right now I have the feeling that I'm gonna cherish 7 more than 5, is because I didn't grow up with 5.
No, this is really our movie,
this is our generation's movie.
We're not really growing up anymore, but it's...
What I mean
we're still
is
young,
like,
kind of young.
We're young, and we went to the cinema when this came out. When I was young, I already... 1 came out when I was too young to go to the movies, so I had to see it on DVD like a year later, at least. And then...
Yeah, me too.
Well, I saw 1 when
we were like 5 years old when that came out.
I saw 1 when 2 was already not in the cinemas anymore.
Yeah, I think.
So
I don't know for sure. I can't remember, but
like the only one, and even 3, I didn't see it in the cinema. I saw it like on DVD. So that's why I think like I pretty much missed all of them. Really.
Yeah.
Like I saw them only on DVD, and this one is the first one I actually got to see in the movies, and that's why I think I'm gonna cherish this one the most, because it's also so well done.
I did see 3 in the cinema, but I was like that was 2005. That's literally 10 years ago, and I was 10 years old. So that's still no. I wasn't even aware how big Star Wars was back then.
How much of a fan you were gonna be. You
Yeah,
know?
and I didn't expect it to be. Well, no, actually, I didn't know it was this loved.
Oh, jeez.
And people are this excited for a new movie, so I totally missed that on that movie. And with this one, we're both here like, wow, this is awesome. And this one's actually a good movie, and not like, okay, we're just gonna accept it, you know, it's pretty cool. Even though I like 3 a lot, but you know, this
it's like the really dumb thing in 3 is like.
No, this is about the Force Awakens.
I know, but like
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan is like you're that's the Siths are bad, and he's like, and then Anakin is like, not from my point of view.
Yeah, yeah.
From
my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Yeah,
that's such a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. So whatever. Do it. So yeah,
memes.
Watch the movie.
Yeah,
do it.
It's awesome.
Do what? Yeah, seriously, go watch it. Like, even if we didn't even spoil everything there is spoiled, like even if you watch this movie, like, oh, I don't give a shit.
I fucking loved BB-8 giving the thumbs up. That was the best part of the movie. Well, not the best part, but one of the best parts of the movie.
Well, yeah, if that was the best part, then you know.
Yeah, then the whole lightsaber fight.
It wasn't the lightsaber part was the best part for me.
I think it was the funniest moment of the movie. Yeah. It was the highlight.
It was stupid. It's like a robot giving a thumbs up, but it was really funny.
Yeah, like Finn just like, yeah, well done, buddy, and he's like
it was like a lighter or something.
It was like just like the R2-D2 arm flicking out, and then like the lighter goes like ping, to give a thumbs up. It was so well done.
With BB-8 giving a thumbs up and us giving a thumbs up.
Sorry for this movie, for this part being extremely long-winded and fanboyish, but
went on forever. But you know, it's the first time we're doing this. So
sorry, we'll get better at it.
If you like this, we're obviously gonna do more of these other movies.
Maybe not only specifically
Star Wars. Yeah, maybe
we
like
could
the
also
new
do
Avengers
some other things.
or the Civil War. We like those as well, or maybe on
the only problem with those is we're a bit less knowledge about those universes, so.
Well, we've seen most of those. Right?
Yeah, we can still give it as a film critic side, but like the intricacies of the universe, we don't know as much as.
No, but whatever.
Well, we don't know the extended universe of Star Wars either.
If you people watch this video enough, we'll make more. So yes. What else there to say? Yes, like this video.
Favorite,
subscribe.
And subscribe.